Verstappen.
Coming into the pits.
Despite all the encouragement of Toto Wolff, I'm not sure Valtteri was the quickest man on track. Unfortunately, I think for him today, that goes to Lewis Hamilton, who has just been brilliant today. But that's a set of soft tyres for Valtteri Bottas just beneath me. You would have heard it in the background. Let's see what he can do.
And he's coming out into a beautifully clear part of the racetrack, actually. As long as he stays ahead of Sergio Perez, which he will, he's then got 4 or 5 corners before he'll see anything else. So he can pump a quick lap in. Perez is 20.6. I mean, Bottas did a 20.9 just before he came in.
Yeah.
So you know that he can quite easily beat a 20.6.
And the wind is picking up, he says, and hopefully that'll blow him towards the fastest lap. At one stage, he was the quickest man on the track. It just wasn't for enough laps in that phase where he was on the hard compound tyre. And his tyres, you know, the medium tyres started graining a bit as well. He suffered then. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo on Carlos Sainz, who is having tyre troubles out there as Ricciardo, the man who took Sainz's seat at McLaren this year when Sainz went off to Ferrari, now takes his place. And Verstappen to the pits, because Red Bull have realised that if there's a free stop for Valtteri Bottas, when he stops, a free stop for Max Verstappen. So they probably want the fastest point of the race with this man. Yeah. Oh, look at that stop time, another 1.9 seconds.
It looked that fast, didn't it? Yeah. But yeah, the points matter this season especially, but you've got to be hoping you don't have a stuck wheel, a cross-threaded wheel now or something. But anyway, they're so well versed in that. So this is the counter punch then. Well, a lot of people didn't like the sound of that one point for fastest lap, providing you're in the top 10. Others think it should be a point for pole as well, for example, but it doesn't half liven up the final part of the race, doesn't it?
Certainly
There's a bit of space out there.
Yeah, it certainly does, and it will make quite a difference to Red Bull and Max Verstappen.
So both Valtteri and Verstappen have pitted for soft tyres. They're both going for fastest lap.
Should we?
Always worth a try.
Anything you can do, I can do better, and you know, I can do better still. So that could be the top 3 now pitting again.
He's not though, is he?
No.
I think
I think there's too much to risk for a final lap go. Well, he hasn't enough laps to do it either for Lewis Hamilton. Whilst the others think about a point for a fastest lap, Hamilton thinking about 150th point scoring finish as a Mercedes driver. He's only failed to score 9 times for this team since he joined them in 2013, as Pierre Gasly gets past Carlos Sainz and will pick up a point for doing so. And Hamilton thinking about another win for Mercedes as well.
Yeah, Sainz out of the points now, as you point out.
That's been a real struggle, hasn't it? The strategy for Ferrari not working.
There it is for Bottas then, a 1:19.8. What can Max do on the final tour?
Final lap of this race. Well, we said before, you know, Hamilton has won his last 3 starts from second place, make that 4 in a row now. Pulled off the move on Max Verstappen when he needed to, on the move on Valtteri Bottas when he needed to. Lewis Hamilton has not really put a foot wrong, has he, since he got into the lead?
No, he hasn't.
It's been,
he's driven beautifully, driven like the champion that he is. Took his chance when it was there, and now Verstappen's the fastest man in the first sector of anybody for the entire Grand Prix.
First 3 Portuguese Grand Prix won by Racing Knights. Sir Lewis Hamilton's been night and day ahead of the rest here in Portimao this afternoon. He wins the Portuguese Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is battling